everyone. Let me see. There we go. Happy Saturday! Hopefully my voice is pretty good. It keeps being okay, and then I wake up in the morning and I can't talk. Happy Farkin' Friday!
Happy Farkin' Friday.
Oh my god, good cup of Pharkas in the morning. That'll set you right. Alright, do we need to be reminded of this guy's backstory? I do sound different. I know, it's been bad. That's why we're gonna sing.
He was born in old St. Louis. By the age of 4, Dad knew he was the best little crack shot the West had ever seen.
And my voice do be different. Pubescence.
He could
outshoot all the adolescents of Durango and north of Abilene.
Pharkas, Freddy Pharkas, famous gunslinging deputy Freddy Pharkas.
Just so we're all caught up on the plot, I figured we should watch this again.
Frontier hero to be.
This song does not get me a copyright strike on YouTube. Thank God.
Then one day, young Freddy Pharkas stared
Also,
at
thank you for
eyes
9
as
months.
black and dark as
Crystal
night.
blisters.
The eyes of an outlaw well known throughout the West. Oh, the tough kid's name was Kenny, and he outdrew Freddy Pharkas when he shot Freddy's ear off to prove who was the best. Now our hero Freddy Pharkas, with wounded pride and earless carcass, bowed to the heavens to give up gunnery. He'd be better off, he reckoned, with a lifelong dream that always beckoned. Pistols, not pistols,
and pharmacology.
Pharkas, Freddy Pharkas, highest score on his SAT.
Thanks, Alo,
Freddy Pharkas,
for an inspiring
Freddy Pharkas,
performance.
5-year
College degree.
After Fred matriculated, got his PhD and graduated, moved out to Course Gold and bought a pharmacy.
This song has been
He's
stuck
a
in my
real
head.
prescription writer, and they don't know
He's an ex-gunfighter.
Locked up his memories, repressed them totally. But his peaceful new survival soon was shot to hell upon arrival of Course Gold school marm, the sweet Penelope. She has captured Fred's affection, but he's scared he'll get a huge rejection. Can't bear to tell her just what he used to be. Pharkas, Freddy Pharkas, frontier pharmacist, bourgeoisie, Freddy Pharkas.
I do love just the deep lore.
Peerless, earless, and free.
Oh, okay, are we all caught up? Oh god. Are we all caught up on the story? Oh god. I didn't know it was gonna immediately start playing the game.
Freddy Pharkas? You was asking about Freddy Pharkas? The
I also
man
gotta
what
get-
saved Course Gold, only nobody knowed it was him? Why, just hop up here on old Whitland Willie's lap, and I'll tell you all about it.
Oh, Whitland Willie.
Carnsarn it, a bit more to the
Okay.
That's
There we
got
go.
it. Sit right there. Oh no, thank you. Now, if
Okay,
I
got the manual up.
remembers this right, it's been quite a few.
Okay, there we go. It's not a cheat sheet. This is the manual. This is the manual of the game. But I figured you guys would want to see it instead of me reading aloud how to make ammonia. Oh, right. That's why I named this that. Okay. So okay. We did some pharmacology. Can we make some pipe bomb on stream? I mean, I was offering to give people out their testosterone or their estrogen because that's in the manual. They have testosterone and estrogen, and I was like, guys, come on. I know, yeah. Or like testosterone and estrogen today. Okay. So what happened was we not be boys anymore. What happened was, okay, so we learned pharmacy stuff in Act 1. Act 2 so far we've helped the farty horses that were killing people with their farts. We got snails. We got snails drunk so they wouldn't crash into the town 2 weeks from now. And then we found our Indian sidekick who is from India.
This puddle of candle wax from the church is suitable for chewing, but it tends to lose that churchy flavor after only a couple minutes.
I'm gonna mix up the pharmacy manual. Alright, I gotta turn up the... Okay. Got a church key, got a normal key. Got some snails. Okay. What does the town need now? Right, this is our Indian sidekick. Hold on, let me just... There we go.
Srini's on the other side of the counter, so be polite if you want to do that and join him.
Death by horse part? Yeah, it was like something was in the horse's food, and it was you had a short amount of time before people died from the horse fart smell. It's saying Google it, but it might put me on a list. What if it's in incognito mode? Does that count? They can't get me if it's incognito mode, right? That's the whole point.
Don't shout at Srini from behind the counter. Walk over and talk to him like a human being. Were you born in a barn?
I could have been. I will say the lifesaver with this game that I don't know if other point and clicks do is tell me which pixel is the click-in pixel. Oh, just sign up for all those VP. So if all those VPNs all your YouTubers are selling to you, easy. So if I use multiple VPNs, does that obfuscate? I use a VPN to sign up for a VPN to sign up for a VPN, and they'll never know where I came from, right?
Srini! Dude! Everything going okay in here?
What is it looking like? I am having everything under control. You have merely to go to be a hero and I will continue holding up the fort.
Oh.
Thanks.
Okay, that means I just don't have to do, like, menial... I don't actually have to do my job. Okay.
Mind the store, won't you, Srini? I'm off to uphold justice and stuff.
Okie the dokie.
Alright, we got the sheriff, we got the tall and thin store. Can I talk to that woman? Is she in love with me yet?
Penelope keeps this door locked all the time to keep the kids in and the rabble out. Thank goodness there's no such thing as a fire code yet.
Can I wait for her? Can I wait for my woman? Ah, woman!
Hello, Penelope.
Frederick, my sweet, this is turning out to be quite the busy day for you, isn't it?
It sure is.
Do you love
but
me yet?
I'm really looking forward to that Sadie Hawkins dance.
And I as well, Freddy. Romance does make my heart flutter so.
Till later, my dear.
Till then, my sweet.
She does love me. Oh my
I
god.
may be ill.
Oh my god, we're totally getting it in. Okay. Oh. Okay.
Something's rotten in the state of Korsgold's bowels.
Oh my god.
She can't hear you over the mighty roar of her lower gastrointestinal tract.
Can't talk to any of them?
Say, do any of you guys know how to Madison?
Nobody's laughing. The town's only working outhouse stands here.
Outhouses don't have to work. Alright, no one's talking to me. We'll flood it.
You turn the faucet on and water gushes out. You turn the faucet off.
Oh. Okay, are these empty bottles?
Now that the snails have been eradicated, you're left with a lot of empty beer bottles.
Okay.
Unfortunately, the California Bottle Redemption Act won't be made into law for another 100 years. After all, that bill was only introduced 5 years ago. You cleverly shove your finger into a bottle and get it stuck there. You manage to twist it out, but not before popping a half dozen knuckles. Next stop, Arthritis City.
No, they just proved that. Popping your knuckles doesn't give you arthritis anymore, thank God.
That just doesn't work like that.
Okay, where the heck are my pixels on this? Oh, there.
That just doesn't work like that.
Oh, I need to be, hold on. Touch.
You turn the faucet on and water gushes out.
Water gushes out. Okay.
That just doesn't
Oh
work.
my god.
You carefully fill one of your empty beer bottles with water from the tower. You turn the faucet off.
God, is there... Does that affect the... Ah. Alright, water. Got some water. Alright. More. And then I drink.
You take a swig of the water from the water tower. Uh-oh. Your stomach starts to make strange sounds. Your small intestine begins to whine. Your
Ugh.
lower intestine starts complaining loudly.
Hey, buddy, no cutting. It's people like you that give people like you a bad name.
Well, howdy, Mr. Pharkas. I was just leaving, I swear. Give me one more minute.
Perfectly okay, Billy. No need to get up. Just scoot over a little.
Well, Jeez, Mr. Pharkas, invade my personal space, why don't you?
Oh my god.
A few moments later, you emerge feeling refreshed.
Gee, that water's got a nasty kick to it.
Okay, so the water... Okay. Ah. God, I cannot get over this UI. Alright, play. Okay, so it makes me... Okay, so...
This tank stores the whole town's drinking water supply.
So if I go get... Got the church. Oh, we got ourselves some dysentery, mega dysentery.
Hey, Doug, you big lug. How's it
God,
going?
his name is Doug.
Doug shrugs.
Okay, I have to go this way. Doug, talk to me. I love you. Oh, okay. Bum, 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 ba-da-dum, bum, ba-da. So if I get my ladder, can I go investigate the water tower? Oh, there's vultures. Cedric!
Cedric the owl looks lost and out of place in the hot desert sun. If you listen close, you can almost hear him say, "Freddy, if you're going to go in there, I'm going to wait out here." He always has some flimsy excuse.
Can I talk to him? Oh my god, can I talk to Cedric?
Hey, you!
You can almost hear Cedric squawk, "I'm waiting here. It's too dangerous out there." Apparently some adventurer is out in the desert and the owl's waiting to annoy him when he gets back.
To be fair, Cedric took a bullet for us, so...
A few buzzards have landed here, waiting for some unfortunate life form to become vulture chow.
Okay. I was not expecting Cedric. I love you so much. Ooh. Bum, 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 ba-da-bum, bum, bum. Oh, is there a new act? Okay, there's no act. He's just jamming out. Okay. Oh, they stopped doing the joke with the Native American, the like cigar holding Native Americans. I actually found that funny. And it's like absurdity. So
You grab the ladder.
oh shoot, I didn't mean to do that.
Can't reach the roof of the water tank from here.
Okay, so do I...
You grab the ladder.
We're multi-ladder drifting.
That just doesn't work like that.
Score!
Remembering your father's advice about never using the topmost rungs of a ladder, you stop just short of the ladder top.
Okay.
You can't seem to get a good grip on the shingles.
Do I need... something to like...
That just doesn't work like that.
Can I pull it off? No, I'd probably die.
With a few quick movements, you make an authentic Western lasso out of the rope. It's like falling off a log. Once you learn how, you never forget.
Score! Okay, so can I... Oh, am I just gonna just rip the roof
snare
off?
the tower top. The crowd eats it up.
Who's the schmuck with the rope?
Be careful you don't put an eye out.
Score!
As you reach the top of the water tower, the crowd cheers.
Thank God, it's Freddy.
We're number one. We're number one.
What are you going to do now, Freddy?
I'm going to Sierra Land.
What?
Boing! That one hit a 9.0 on the free plug-o-meter. You can't seem to get a good grip on the shingles.
Okay, there's a little hatch. Can I look inside of it?
There's a small hatch on top of the water tank.
Okay, I guess I can't do anything. Okay. Oh god, I have to go all the way down.
It's wood. It's wood.
Oh no.
You'll have to
Okay. Rope.
It's wood. Ah, scratching right there sure feels good, eh, Freddy?
No, stop scratching me. Stop scratching myself. Oh god, how do I get down?
It's wood.
There we go. God,
You can't walk. You can't walk.
God, I do this every time.
You grab the ladder.
God,
You grab the ladder.
Oh my god. Owl's Ladder Adventure. Okay. Okay. So hold on. Let's check the manual. Alright, this is all the things. That's all the... Okay, acne, broken bones, bruises, burns, cooking, cold, dehydration, diarrhea. Diarrhea is caused by too many soft liquidy foods finding their way into your digestive system. Unchecked, it can lead to dehydration. It may be cured quickly and cleanly by eating quantities of solid foods or foods with stiffening ingredients like pectin, such as fibrous breads, apples, cruciferous vegetables like broccoli and cauliflower. C. I cannot say these words. Okay. 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 Has been found to be an effective, albeit highly powerful compound in the correction of diarrhea. Although it is not normally recommended for individuals due to its extreme concentration and possibility for overdose with subsequent dire consequences. Best when taken with vast quantities of water. Storage may be a problem due to short shelf life. May be synthesized as follows. Combine 25 milliliters of bismuth subsialysate with 5 milliliters of orphan. Oh my god. I can't do these words. In a test tube. Heat over the flame until mixture begins to boil. Pour into medicine, bottle, and cork. Remove from flame and dilute with 1,000 gallons of water, approximately. Okay. So we need... need this, and then we need the Orpha something, whatever. That one is also a handy substitute for vermouth. Neat, okay. So can I go and make this? Do I have the ingredients for this?
You return.
Yep.
It is good to look upon your eternally smiling countenance of face again.
Please stop talking.
Yeah, I've missed you too.
He's being friendly. Oh god, you can't see the screen. Okay. Okay, so what the heck do I need? Okay, bismuth, some salicate. Okay, so we have that.
This is where you can...
And then we also need Orpha. Okay. So we need test tube. Okay, yep, combine a test tube. Oh, it has a short shelf life, so it might not.
It's advisable to measure your ingredients instead of just dumping them together.
Okay, so do I... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You must empty the graduate...
Okay, and then heat over flame.
The alcohol lamp.
Okay, so light.
The chemical warms slowly over the alcohol lamp. Now it's getting pretty hot. Good thing your calluses are thick.
Huh.
Chemical rapidly reaches a full rolling boil.
Okay, so bottle.
Click the mixture on the container. Now,
Okay,
your work.
and cork.
You carefully label the bottle bisalicylate antitoxidine.
Okay.
Congratulations. Be careful, this stuff is mighty concentrated.
Drink it. Okay. Oh.
That's how it all ended. Freddy'd let the whole dang town die of the creeping crud.
Wait!
I was lucky. I stuck to whiskey so's I wouldn't get poisoned by the town's drinking water. If only Freddy'd used his pharmacological powers for the good of the town, then this story might have had a happier ending.
No! I guess I did. Oh my god. Okay, water. I forgot they just like really don't give you that much time. All things considered. I was too busy talking to Cedric. I love you, Cedric.
Gee Willikers, you can't quite reach that owl from here.
Oh my god, can I
Too
use the
bad.
ladder?
You'd like to wring his neck.
I love Cedric. What are you talking about?
That just doesn't...
Okay, fine. I can't pick up Cedric. Okay, so to the pharmacy. Oh, I can't kick the door open.
Ah,
Stop it. I'm not scratching myself. Okay. Racially charged dialogue aside, let's go. Okay, so I need... Wait, no, I need... bismuth subsialisate. And then the orphan one. One, two, three, four, five. 5.
oops.
Okay, right, I have to light the match on the lamp.
The chemical warms slowly over the alcohol lamp. Now it's getting pretty hot. Good thing your calluses are thick. Chemical rapidly reaches a full rolling boil.
Okay, so I've got that.
This is where you carefully
God, I've
label
run out
the
of
bottle
room with this table.
bisalicylate antitoxidine. Congratulations. Be careful, this stuff is mighty concentrated.
Okay, so we got it. I'm gonna save. I'm gonna make Big Doctor. Alright, to save the town for real this time.
Mind the...
Okay, so it is... Oh, no, I got the ladder. Okay.
You
Take-
grab
Okay, and then...
with a few quick movements, you make an authentic Western lasso out of the rope. It's like falling off a log once you learn how.
Did that not work? Wait, oh!
Remembering your father, you snare the tower top.
Who's the schmuck with the... Be careful. Score!
You can't... As you reach the top of the water tower, the crowd cheers.
Thank God, it's Freddy.
We're number one. We're number one.
What are you gonna do now, Freddy?
I'm going to Sierra.
Boing.
Oh my god, okay, hatch.
You carefully pour the purification solution into the town's water supply. Excellent job.
It weren't more than a few hours before the folks of Coarse Gold was feeling a whole heck of a lot better. Their bowels were all settled down and happy. Freddy knew he could relax now. Everything was calm and peaceful. But round about midnight, that very same night, trouble struck again. Freddy was in his own bed, sound asleep, when...
Oh God, I was like, who are you?
Fire! Fire, Freddy Pharkas! Please come urgently!
What's wrong, Srini?
A tragedy is becoming. The assay office is aflame. She is burning with a much more severe. The pharmacy may be next alighted. Get dressed as soon as possible.
I am dressed.
I am dressed.
Oh.
I don't own pajamas.
Take mine. No, wait. There is no time to perform such an effort. Just hurry and scheme in such a way so as to extinguish the most threatening fire.
Yeah, real sense of urgency. Oh my God, the sound. This music, I cannot do it.
Mind the store.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Old abandoned assay office is ablaze, threatening to burn down not only itself and your pharmacy, but the whole town.
Just walk away from the fire. It doesn't matter. Ha!
It's locked, stock and barrel. You'd like to help him, but he is full of shards of glass, and you hate the sight of blood. There's no use talking to him. There's nothing on the table worth taking. The table itself isn't even worth taking.
Oh, okay.
Don't you find it frustrating to keep replacing that plate glass, Billy?
No, I find it a real crack-up.
Fire's still going strong.
Flames jut from every loose board and hole in the old assay office. It must be arson. With everything flammable, the assay office was stolen ages ago.
So the secret with this one is we can't actually get what we need at night. We have to do something in the day. Which I think is a little mean. But anyway, who said life was fair? Corn. Okay.
Helen, have you ever thought of putting escargot on the menu?
know around here will eat these since they don't give you gas, but I'll put them in a bag of cornstarch and think about it. And I suppose thank you is in order, so thank you. Score!
Do I get anything for that?
Mom, where are all your customers?
Danged if I know. They all jumped up at more or less the same time and ran to the outhouse. It's not my fault, though. They hadn't even ate yet. Just had a glass of water and bam, they're gone. If you tell anyone about it, you're dead meat on the hook, boy.
Oh.
That sounds fair.
Never mind. Okay, so
Man,
I
it's calling.
was wrong about the thing that we needed to do. Yeah, it makes us all weird. Okay, hold on. Bum 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 bum. Do they have it? The fire, corns, heart attack, hemorrhoids, a little bit of rabies in my life, a little bit of sunburn on the side. This is their... Do they not have a thing? God, we have to do this again. No.
Score!
You grab.
Ah! Okay, grab.
You grab the ladder. The bluff.
Ladder.
Score!
Remembering your... With a few...
Score!
Tie the lasso. There we go.
Who's this? Be careful.
Score!
You can't... As you reach...
Think. Where?
Wait!
Boing.
Alright, save the town. Let's go. Again.
Carefully poured.
It worked.
What's wrong, Srini?
Not get over that. Okay. So you're supposed to know that... Okay, so you're supposed to know... So wait, how do I just take it? Oh! still out there? Oh god, do I have to do that whole thing again? Oh!
Score!
Summoning up superhuman strength, you heft the huge pile of baking soda. Then, with a horrible wrenching, tearing sound, you cram the sacks of baking soda into your pants pocket. Though,
It'd be funny if you walked way slower with them in your pants. Okay.
Score!
Oh god, I should save. Let's see. Do I use this?
scratching right there sure feels good, eh, Freddy?
Oh! I gotta use the slide. Okay, oh god. So swing. Nope, shoot. Ah! No! I have to do all that over again.
So that's how Freddy's brilliant career done come to a screeching halt. He sank into the swamp and was never seen again. A shame, too, 'cause the rest of us were kind of planning on being in the sequel. That ain't one of my better stories, anywho. Say, did I ever tell you the story about old King Graham? It seems there was this evil wizard, and he got Graham into just a peck of trouble.
I guess I'm a flatlander. God, I have to do this stupid thing again. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. Give her the snails. I guess King's Quest 5 must have just come out as well. That's 93. Around 93. Okay, take snail.
Helen?
Score!
Oh my god, I'm At least I'm getting good at it, right?
Score!
The sound. Okay, I use.
You grab the ladder.
Score!
With a few...
Score!
Walk up.
Remembering...
Oh my god, I'd get to hear this joke again.
You snare the tower top. The Be careful.
Score!
As you think. Where?
What?
Boing.
He paws out like a little kitty.
Score!
You carefully pour the purification solution into the town's water supply.
Okay. skip the dialogue.
What?
They really gave it their all with this, huh?
You don't?
Mind.
Okay, mind the store, it'll be fine. Okay, get this.
Some.
Alright, save. Okay. Big fire. Big water. Big strawberries. Alright, save. Okay, so we gotta get the baking soda down here. Oh god, no, oh god, you can put it on the wrong side? Okay. Okay, so... Oh!
Yep, Freddy fell down, went boom. It were a sad day. We found him all squished and not really living anymore. Of course, we had our own problems to deal with all of a sudden like. That's about when the town of Course Gold ceased to exist, as we'd done known it. But that's another story, boys and girls. I gots to be alone with my thoughts for a while.
Okay. Happy I saved. Okay. So, wait, how do I? I'm curious what use swing really means. Big swing. Okay. All right, let's go. Okay, and then jump. We did it! Score!
What pluck! What prowess!
God,
what
the music was loud.
Ridiculous solution. Still, you thought of it. You single-handedly quenched the flames of the assay office by using the seesaw as a catapult for the baking soda. Too bad nobody was here to see it.
No.
They'll never believe you in the morning.
No fire. Ha!
Now get!
So is it this way? Oh!
The boss is more than a little upset. Seems that our friend has been thwarting every plan so far.
Yep.
Something's gotta be done about it.
Absolutely. Now, let's get down to business. What is the best way to get rid of our little problem permanently?
How about hanging?
Oh, too quick and merciless. Poison?
Nah, too unsure. Ancient Egyptian dagger.
I can't find mine. Got one on you?
Not at the moment. It don't matter how we do it, so long as we do it soon. And we don't want no proof it was us, neither. And nothing to connect it with the boss.
Excellent thought. And the boss has arranged for a bit of muscle to come in and make sure the entire town's cleaned out PDQ. We'll be rid of that do-gooder and all his flea-bitten friends in no time.
I'm starting to think these guys are the bad guys.
Laughing cruelly, they sit back to reflect on their villainy.
So... Don't mind me. Oh, hello.
It's the lovely and winsome Chastity, a girl who really knows her stuff. In fact, every man in town knows her stuff.
Oh. I talked to her?
Howdy, Chastity.
Howdy to you, you big old sloppy hunk of manly macho woman loving man.
Laying it on a little thick tonight, aren't we?
Yeah, business is slow, but I gotta keep in practice.
Evening, Purity.
Evening, Freddy, darling. Has Madam still got you under lock and key, or you gonna let us get a hold of you one of these days, big boy?
I'm afraid I'm all hers, for the time being.
Wait.
Well, if you ever change your mind, honey, you know where to find us.
And when, and how often, and for how much.
Okay, talk to the... This is a sheep, right?
Ha 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 ha.
Translation. How much do you charge anyway? Translation. I'm sheep at twice the price.
Ba 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 ba.
Translation. Sounds like a deal. Translation. Yes, I cost next to mutton.
Thanks. Okay, you. What's you?
Howdy, Miss Virtue. You sure are a vision of loveliness.
Thank you ever so much, Freddy. And you, sir, are a study in buff.
What does that mean?
Just that you're the manliest prescription-filling man I did ever see.
Oh, thank you.
You prefer sarsaparilla, thank you very much, in a cracked, dirty bottle.
Score!
You snatch the French postcards.
The French. What's over here? Okay. Wait. Oh, it's the madam.
Hey, Mon Amour. It's about time you showed up. Ready to take my pharmacy bill out in trade?
Oh!
Sure.
Oh!
Then get over here before I have to come get you, little pumpkin.
Okay. Oh god.
Freddy, I think you should leave.
Why, Sadie? Just because I'm using you for cheap, tawdry pleasure when my heart belongs to Penelope Prim, the gorgeous, young, obviously more virtuous new town schoolmarm?
Oh my god.
What? Who?
Oh, nothing. Never mind. What were you saying?
Oh, I was just saying I think you should leave. Leave town, that is. There's... Oh, it's so tragic. Freddy, there's just no easy way to say this. The girls say the sheriff and the banker talk in their sleep. They hate you, Freddy. They want you dead. They're out to get you. Something about you foiling the plan and how they had to get you out of the way. You have to run, Freddy. You have to get out of town by sundown.
Now, don't you worry, Sadie. I've been doing a pretty good job up till now, using just my wits and my pharmacological knowledge, haven't I? I'm not gonna just turn tail and run and leave you and Penelope and Coarse Gold behind me to fend for yourselves.
You're not listening to me, Freddy Pharkas. There's man a-coming. Man with guns. Big guns. Guns with long barrels. Long, hard barrels. Long, hard, steely barrels.
Thanks. Okay.
And low-slung holsters and... Oh, sorry.
Sadie, snap out of it!
Oh, sorry. I was just visualizing. Anyway, you'll never be able to outthink men with guns. If you're set on staying in town, you'll have to, go back to your old ways.
That's out of the question.
Oh, does she know?
I left gunslinging behind me years ago. I'm not like that anymore, and I don't want to discuss it.
Stop it. You gotta choose, and that's all there is to it, hon. Either leave town and save your hide, or pull yourself together and face reality. Quit talking about potions and liniments. They're not gonna stop no bullets. It's time to get off for your cute little butt and give these men a taste of frontier justice. Now, what are you gonna do?
I don't know.
It's the deep lore, sorry.
Hold me, Sadie. Press me to your ample bosom, and let me decide tomorrow.
You got it, hon.
That helps me sleep. Guns and neuroses. Come on. Like Guns N' Roses.
Now, let's see, where was I? Oh, that's right. Madame Overy begged and pleaded with Freddy to either leave town or take up his old gunslinging ways, something which Freddy was just a mite reluctant to consider. So they decided to sleep on it. And though they didn't get much sleep, Freddy did mull it over somewhat. The next morning, he decided to... Maybe I better... Wait,
oh.
Maybe I better...
Oh.
Never mind. Just go on.
God, that's how I feel.
Penelope, Coarse Gold, Madame Overy. I know I've got to get out of this town before they gun me down, but I can't. Coarse Gold's my home, and darn it to heck, I'm not gonna let some cheap criminals run me out of my home. Oh, Sadie's right. I've got to be the man I once was. I've got to dredge up my ugly past, meet it square in the face, stare it down, pick it up, dust it off, fluff it up, and put it on again.
Okay, save. Save. Guns and neuroses. It's a fun joke that only works when you read it.
Srini, who let you in?
Your most gracious Native American, Running Gag,
Oh,
permitted
okay.
me egress from the outside of the street. It was then that I allowed him to knock himself off for the remainder of the day, since we are still closed.
That's fine, Srini. Look, I've reached a decision. My life is in danger. Aw, heck, the whole town's in danger. I must take up gunslinging, and I'll need your help.
Pardon us for being said, Freddy Pharkas, but you are a humble pharmacist. Shooting as most perfectionally as a gunslinger is a skill requiring most years of tireless practice. You are ill-equipped. Perhaps you should make peace with your chosen deity and prepare to go to the great pharmacy counter in the sky.
Srini,
Love
you'll
it.
have to trust me on this. I used to be a gunslinger before I took up pharmacology. If I did it before, I can do it again. It shouldn't take long to brush up my skills. I've just got to find my guns and do a little practice shooting.
Very well, Freddy Pharkas. When you are prepared, meet me at the edge of town, and together we shall practice what little must be left of your shooting skills.
Okay. So I need a gun. I have my outfit.
It's a tattered, well-worn claim check, nearly brown with age. It's a
What does it say?
You turn the claim check over, searching for a locker combination, but there's nothing written on the other side.
Okay.
Mind the store, won't you, Srini? I'm off to uphold justice and stuff.
Okie the dokie.
Oh, I thought I was gonna step in it. Can I step in it?
Hey, I put out a
there's
fire
a
last
mirror.
night and saved the town. Proud of me?
Of course I'm proud of you.
Hey, I put out a fire.
Of course.
You can't think of anything to say to that.
Okay, so I'm supposed to...
You hand Salvatore your French postcards.
Your customers may not be able to read, Salvatore, but I bet they would enjoy looking at pictures.
Oh, no, they're not interested in... Wait a minute. What in the hell are those girls doing?
I'm not sure, but I don't think it's legal on this side of the Sierra Nevada.
Well, no, your exceptional generosity's got to be reciprocated. Could I be interested in a free shave?
He's just pretending
No, thank you, Sal.
to be Italian.
Then how
It's
about
okay, I
a
am
free
too.
wisdom tooth extraction?
Oh no, mine are already out. Had them pulled in the dental department while I was in college. Needed the extra money for tuition.
Okay, well then, let me see. What I got in here that'd be a suitable swap? Aye, there we go. Take this bottle of that newfangled nitrous oxide I got off the Fars Welgo wagon last week. Ain't none of these guys around here wants to be the first man too sissy to stand up to my forceps for a little old tooth pulling.
Why, thank you, Salvatore. Perhaps I can use this in some of my experiments.
Wait, hold on. Those boots?
Better not. They might belong to somebody.
Okay. Okay, off the screen. There we go.
This is the central...
So, I'm gonna dig up a grave.
Score!
Glancing furtively around to see if Doug's within sight, you grab his shovel.
Okay. What's a little grave digging between friends?
Score!
You start to dig up the freshly laid grave. Muscles that haven't been used in years begin to groan and whine. But with the gritty determination of a professional grave robber, you toil on. And on. And on.
It's hard to dig a grave.
It's an open grave. Even a world-weary, seen-it-all pharmacist like yourself, one who deals with cold sores, headaches, and diarrhea on a daily basis, still can't shake that uneasy feeling one gets when standing close to death.
So is there anything I can get in there?
You carefully search through the many pockets of Graves' $3 suit until you discover the safe deposit box key you entrusted to Phil oh so many years ago.
Score!
In a touching display of emotion and a hidden desire to carry a little less around with you, you fold up Philip's letter and place it under his folded hands.
I guess this makes Phil a correspondence corpse.
Thanks.
That just doesn't work. You begin the arduous task of replacing the heaping mound of dirt one shovelful at a time, over and over and over.
Okay.
What makes you...
I guess I just keep the shovel. I forgot about this song.
You slyly attempt to swipe the apple pie from under Hop Sing's nose.
Ah!
Nice try, Freddy Pharkas. You want me to remove your hands with Ginfu knife? I'm happy to accommodate.
On second thought, maybe that wasn't such a good idea right now.
Okay, so no matter what, he's gonna see it. What's it here? Oh! Okay. Pick up this turd.
Score!
You bravely, stupidly grab the steaming, fly-laden horse plop. Fortunately, it seems to be holding together well as you place it in your pocket.
Sorry. Boom, boom, boom. Ooh, coffee?
Score!
Mom offers free coffee to her regular customers. You're as regular as anyone. 11 a.m. every morning, you head straight for the outhouse, so as usual, you pour yourself a steaming hot cup of joe.
This save. Alright. Coffee. Alright, we're gonna do something really cool. I'm gonna leave a turd on the floor.
Look what you've done! Freddy Pharkas, I'll see you run out of town for this! Hop sing, hop to it! Get out here and clean up this mess! Dang these flies!
Okay, so he...
Oh, you're in big water now. Score!
What is happening? Okay, I gotta open the door. God, this music every time.
Score!
Good move, Freddy. Dropping one steaming hot pie to get another.
Oh my god.
That's Sam.
Alright, that one got me. I'm a little dead, yeah.
A wrought iron.
I don't know, that one just got me off guard.
Leave the graveyard there. It's being used by the residents. Leave Bluff Street. Leave the
Score!
You
Okay.
grab a handful of clay from the pile beside the grave. Well, you never know. It could come in handy.
It's a adventure game, so it will. Okay, so we go to the bank. Do I not sound fine? Where's the bank? That's the creek. Well, it's hard to tell. I totally I just forgot what I said. I'm fine. I'm fine. I got my hot drink. I got some olives.
Score!
You hand the safe deposit box key to pH Balance.
It'll be ready Tuesday. Oh, I mean, allow me to fetch your safe deposit box for you immediately.
The slightly dried olives covered in herbes de Provence spice. Oh my god, they're so good. I buy them at work. The gun. You're not supposed to look. The banker's not supposed to look.
You lovingly lift your pistols from the box where they've spent the past decade.
Yeah, they're not in brine. They're so good. And their spices are good.
Score!
You take your lucky neckerchief out of the safe deposit box. Now you're really beginning to feel lucky.
Wait a minute. The last time I wore this was when Kenny shot off my ear back in St. Louis.
No.
Well,
trauma.
okay, so maybe it's not that
Hello.
lucky a neckerchief.
Oh, is that a little Sierra Mountain? Oh.
I'm all done now.
Thank you for using the Bank of Bob.
Yes. Violence. Okay, so I need... I'm leaving that man in the dust. Okay, Sheriff?
Sheriff, I'm going to be saying my goodbyes soon, and I just wanted to thank you for all your help.
Don't mention it, boy. If I can do anything to
Hey,
make
give him
your
a donation.
departure more hasty or pleasant, feel free to ask.
Yeet.
Yeet.
That's an old trunk dated back to the 1870s. Actually, in that case, it's pretty new.
Alright, give you pie.
Here, Sheriff Shift. I know how much a law-enforcing person like yourself appreciates a good, fatty, dessert-like foodstuff for breakfast.
Oh, some donuts.
Wait, thank you. I've been so hungry I could eat a bar. But you think I could get a cup of coffee to go with this?
Oh, baby, do I have something
Why,
for you?
sure, Sheriff. But in the meantime, I've been thinking about moving to another city. But I've got no bullets. I was wondering if you have any bullets that would fit an old 45.
Free bullet?
Why, sure, son. Here, have a box of these Remingtons. No charge. They're on the county.
Man, you give a guy a pie and tell him you're leaving town. He's so much nicer to you. I do also have a cup of coffee.
That just doesn't... That just...
Score!
Here's what you wanted, Sheriff. A nice hot cup of Mom's coffee.
Thanks, partner. This will sure go good with that apple pie you gave me.
Mm-hmm.
You're most welcome, Sheriff. Say, you wouldn't happen to have a spare gun cleaning kit, would you? These old pistols of mine are dirty as sin.
Okay, son. But this gun cleaning kit'll be the last thing I give you. Now get your pistols cleaned, get your horse packed, and get your ass out of my town.
Okay, yes, sir. Right away, sir. Save. Gun. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, so I should... Is this the kit?
Sheriff Shift was so nice to give you his gun cleaning kit. He may be a low-down...
Okay.
With the sheriff's cleaning kit, you lovingly clean and polish your old pistols till they're like new. Good thing you removed all that nasty rust from your barrel. Damn thing could have exploded right in your face.
Oh.
Score! I said get!
Okay. Oh, there he is. No, I just saved.
Well, Strini, I think I'm ready to try some target shooting. You ready?
Certainly. I am without a desire to wait any further to stand in front of your blazing guns and take my life in your hands to help you perfect your shooting.
How do you want to start?
Perhaps it would be besting if you place some targets upon the fence posts for a commencement.
I swear to God, if this is a game. This is a mini game I have to play.
One of those bottles is full of water. Drink it before you do anything else.
Oh, so it's gonna give me diarrhea?
You take a swig of the water from the water tower. Uh-oh.
Oh my
Your
God, this is
stomach
the poison
starts
water.
making strange sounds.
Oh, thank God, okay.
The water, obviously contaminated, has really opened up your sluices. You spend a few minutes in extreme discomfort.
That was the poison water?
A few moments...
Gee, that water's got a...
Alright. Forgot about that. Forgot I had the poison water. Okay, this time for sure.
There's no point in setting up target practice until you're ready to start shooting.
Oh, I need to put bullet in gun, probably.
You slip the bullets in the chamber as the old memories come rushing back. And a few featuring you and your first cousin out behind the barn when you were both curious 8-year-olds.
Oh no! It is the game! Oh no. Okay, I'm feeling pretty tough, but don't bust my chops.
Okie-dokie, Freddy Pharkas. First we shall see if you can successfully strike the bottles from afar with the bullets of your pistol. Then, I will toss the bottles up in the air, and you may try to hit them in flight. Good luck, and may the best man win.
Oh my God. Alright, this is a little different than Call of Duty. Oh God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah! Okay.
Very good, Freddy Pharkas. Let us try some quick drawing. Just
Oh,
make sure you hit the target and not me.
Oh no. Oh, it always puts my cursor at the bottom. Okay.
I'm uploading myself inside. Now for the big challenge. 6 bottles all at once.
What? Oh. Oh, thank God. Okay. That was the buckshot 45 ammo, I guess.
Say, Freddy Pharkas, you are not so bad after all at the shooting gig.
Why, thanks, Srini. My life and the lives of every man, woman, and ruminant in this town depend on my being quick with a gun.
Did you not mention earlier that your life is in danger most forthcoming?
Something like that.
Might I then suggest that you might be excellent to placing a disguise upon your person, thereby making it to appearances that Freddy Pharkas has no longer around in this locality?
Good thinking, Srini. I'll need a disguise of some sort, something that will strike terror into the hearts of the bad guys. I know, a bat. I'll disguise myself as a bat.
What?
And you can be Srini, the boy wonder.
Oh.
Do you have any leotards?
Pardon me for asserting, but this bat thing is really hokey.
Ah, you're right. Too juvenile. Let's see. How about...
Might I suggest a skin-tight costume with flowing cape and placed upon the manly chest thereof a large F for Pharkas?
Nah, that'd never work. I don't want people to know I'm Freddy, remember?
Then perhaps you are needing to do something about that right ear. Or rather, the lack of that right ear.
Dang it, you're right. Everyone knows me as the one-eared pharmacist. I need to make a new one somehow. Maybe forge one out of metal or something. I'll give it some thought and meet you back at the pharmacy once I've completed my disguise.
Okay. Alright, so I gotta get an ear. Ear of corn. I'm so excited for corn season. God, I cannot win today with the sounds of my body.
The door swings open. From the back, you hear Chester's voice.
Help yourself. I'll be right out.
Alright, so he can whittle. Give him the clay.
Score! Willie, I'm in need of a way to disguise my ear. Do you think you could do something creative with this? Something in the shape of an ear, perhaps?
Offhand, I'd say do it your dang self. My nap time's coming up shortly. I've had a hard day of whittling. But you could maybe do some lost wax casting with this sucker, and that'd do the trick.
Lost what?
Lost wax casting, son. What'd you do, sleep your way through metal shop?
I guess I must have. What's lost wax casting?
That's casting with an apostrophe, sonny, not an I-N-G. Anyhow, you can make all sorts of things by making a wax positive, using clay to make a mold, then melting down the metal and pouring it into a mold.
I knew that.
To make a mold, you carve whatever you want to cast out of wax, see? That's what we call a positive. Now, once you got the wax positive, you take some clay, see, and you patch the clay all around the positive. You just leave a little hole at the top so you can get the wax out. So now you got your wax inside the clay. Well, you just heat that sucker up till the wax goes all oozy and you pour the wax out. That's the lost wax part, see? Now you got your empty clay mold, what we call a negative. You smelts down your metal and
Do you think they explained this because people didn't know the puzzle?
Once it hardens up, you can just scrape off the clay, and there you are. Did you get all that?
I think so. I'm not sure.
Well, that's what your restore button's for, kiddo. Now scrambooch.
Scrambooch. Okay, so he's not gonna do it. It's funny, I actually knew that one.
The door swings open. From the back, you hear Chester.
Help us.
Score!
You borrow Whittlin' Willie's knife for a while.
Okay, so take the knife.
With your newly acquired whittling skills, you carve the candle wax into the shape of an ear. One that should theoretically attach snugly to the remains of your original ear. But now look at the gunk on Willie's knife.
I'll toss this knife over here where Willie might find it. He'll probably think he dropped it here.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I have ear.
You carefully pack the clay in and around the wax ear, leaving a small opening so that you can pour out the molten wax later.
I actually did do metal work at some point in my life. I never did wax casting, but I saw someone do it. Oh, that guy escaped the tall bin shop.
You return.
Yep.
It is good to look upon your eternally smiling countenance of face again.
Yeah, I've missed you too.
Alright, you look like metal.
Score!
You carefully remove the medallion from the wall.
Srini will never miss this.
Freddy Pharkas, what in an entirely unsatisfactory afterlife are you doing with my finely earned silver medallion?
It's going to a good cause, Srini. It's going to help make Korsgold a safer, saner place to live.
I am hoping so, Freddy, for all the sakes.
Don't shout at...
Okay, so we go over here.
Srini, I'd like to get into my cowboy outfit now.
I do not think you are ready. You are mostly missing some stylish cowboy-style footwear.
Oh!
Dang.
Okay. So I have...
The alcohol...
Okay, so
You can't heat the medallion directly. You'd burn your hand.
Oh, right. I use crucible.
The silver medallion slowly begins to melt.
Oh, I messed up. Hold on.
The medallion is nearly completely melted now. You now have a crucible containing molten silver.
All right. I need to melt you first, though.
The wax in the mold slowly starts to melt. The melted wax runs out of the mold and spatters on the work table, resulting in an empty ear-shaped mold and a table with a severe case of waxy buildup. That just... You quickly pour the molten silver into the empty mold.
Okay, so it's in my inventory. I have ear.
You scrape the clay off and discard it, leaving you with a gleaming silver ear.
Wait.
Beautifully done. With an ear like this, you could, dare I say it, rule the world.
Score. Okay, I have ear. Okay, so there were boots. Wait. Oh.
Mind the store.
I have a claim ticket for the boots. I need to use those. That would help. That way I'm not stealing.
Sal, do you still have that pair of boots I dropped off for a shine? I know it's been about 6 years now, but I just remembered I left them here.
Let me see. What's the number on this claim check? Let me look under the counter here. Yep, still here. Have 'em ready for you next Tuesday.
Oh, never mind. I'll just take them as is.
Don't worry about the storage charges, okay?
Okay. Alright, now I got my boots. Now we're new boot goofing.
Yep, it is. Yeah. Srini, I think I'm ready to get dressed.
Very good then. You start to dress and I will assist you in shortest order.
The desk.
Okay, so
That's the wrong. That's
okay, that's the wrong key. Is it this one?
that key doesn't work in the desk.
Where is my desk key? Oh, is it this one?
You unlock. You take the letter out of the drawer. You received this letter a few years back from your recently dearly departed friend, Phil Gray.
Dear Freddy, I must, however,
The only letter I have? Okay. Alright, well, upstairs.
With your boots, your clothes, your guns cleaned and loaded, your silver ear, and your lucky neckerchief, you're ready to get dressed and assume your identity as the gun-slinging stranger. You return to your penthouse suite high atop the glittering Pharkas pharmacy in beautiful downtown Corsgold. There, Srini greets you and solemnly assists you in the final preening. It's a somber and yet somehow exciting event.
Oh, I look good.
There you are, Freddy Pharkas. You are mostly indeed a picture of stately, mysterious strangeness. Nobody will be positive to recognize you now, at any time or place.
Thanks for your help, Srini. Corsgold owes you a debt of gratitude it can never repay. If anyone asks,
I like the star.
Freddy Pharkas has left town. And if I don't come out of this alive, the pharmacy is yours.
That is of a true generous nature you are displaying, Freddy Pharkas. As for me, I would like to open a pharmacy on the reservation among my people. But whether that is fated to be or not is in the hands of someone who is not I. Luck be with you, Freddy Pharkas. I am proud.
And then we win the game. Okay, showdown at the Hallelujah Corral.
The stage was set for Freddy's showdown. Wait, did I say slow down? I meant showdown. No. I did say showdown, didn't I? I thought I did. Wasn't sure. Anywho, now that Freddy was wearing his silver ear thing and his old gunslinging duds, nobody except Srini recognized him. Not even Sadie Overy or Penelope knew who he was. They thought Freddy had skipped town, and they thought this new guy was just a handsome, silver-eared stranger who happened to be especially up on his pharmacology. Now, Freddy didn't have a lot of time to lose because things in Corsgold was getting worser and worser.
Alright, save. Ew. Hello?
Hoping Chester won't recognize you with your new disguise, you approach him with a friendly smile.
Say, partner, that's a woeful little sign you're carrying there. We'll polish ears for stagecoach fare. What's the problem? Why so down on your luck?
Well, I'll tell you. Even though I don't usually talk to silver-disguised strangers, there's a man inside who's the best damn poker cheat I've ever seen.
Ooh.
I never even knew he was stealing my store till it was all over. You see, I bet everything I owned, including my store, on a queen-high straight flush. And that bastard had a king-high.
Don't feel bad, fella. I would have probably done the same. By the way, did you get this gambler's name?
Name? Sure did. Wheaton Hall's his
Oh,
name.
I swear to God, if I have to play
Everybody
poker
calls
again.
him Aces, and I can see why.
Oh,
Thanks for your time, and I hope things work out for you. I think I might just pay Mr. Aces a little call.
Good luck to you, stranger, especially if you're going to get in that game.
Thanks. I'm wearing my lucky neckerchief, so I'm not too worried.
Yeah, but are those blood stains there?
Yeah, they're lucky bloodstains. What about them? Oh my god, I swear to God, if I have to play poker.
Wheaton Aces Hall, slick, big-time back-east riverboat gambler, has turned the saloon's friendly poker game into vicious, high-stakes gambling, winning money, land, buildings, and businesses from the local bumpkins.
Huh! Did I talk to him?
How's the game going, Slick?
Who wants to know?
Just interested.
Well, it's going very nicely, Justin. I've won the deeds to the saloon, the cafe, the school, and several other plots of land. My employer will be pleased. I should have the rest of the town sewn up in just a few minutes.
Who's your employer?
Sorry, that information is covered under the terms of boss hustler privilege.
Alright, now we play. We gotta be on a quick draw.
Score!
Yeah!
You're cheating! That's a fake left hand. Your real hand is hidden under the table. You've been feeding good cards into your hand and taking away the bad ones.
Why, yes, silver-eared stranger, you're correct. Almost. As you see, I have no cards under the table. I only have this.
It's a gun. Ah!
Now turn around, Silver Ear. I think I'd rather shoot you in the back, so I don't have to see that ugly face of yours.
Oh god, oh, I can't save. What do I shoot? Okay,
Ooh-wee! He did it! What a manly man! Riverboat gambler in the corner pocket.
Yeehaw!
I could have done that if I'd wanted to. I just didn't feel like it.
Thanks. Thanks, Larry.
Now,
When the townsfolk caught wind of how Aces had been cheating, the sheriff had no choice but to arrest him and return all the deeds. But wouldn't you know, no sooner had one brouhaha died down than another flared up.
All right. Sure. All right. Bum, 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 bum. Ah!
Let me at those cattle! Without warning, you hear gunshots out in front of the saloon, plus lots of yelling and shouting. What's going on out there?
All right, we're gonna go through the back way. So can I look up here?
You encounter dozens of rowdy cowhands from that cattle drive outside of town who are carelessly firing their guns everywhere and frightening, not to mention killing, the locals. They shout, "Let's stampede the women and rape the cattle." Luckily, the rowdy cowboys don't notice you from down below.
Okay, so... Nope, wrong thing. Don't think about it too much. Herd the women. So we can't go that way. Oh, I see it. Okay, and then I... Achoo.
You take careful aim with your pistol and slowly squeeze off a shot.
Is there a scope on it? I could get it if there was a scope.
You did it. You shot off the canister's valve.
Score!
Okay, so now it should be all goofy.
Yipperoonie, Freddy done made them cowhands laugh themselves to death with a well-placed bullet. Of course, he didn't get much time to celebrate. The sheriff and the banker and their unknown employer had figured that the mysterious silver-eared stranger might be just a little too much for them amateur rowdies to handle. So they'd called in some big guns from down south, just as backup, don't you know.
Oh God. And I turn around.
Hey, knock off the sound effects already.
What's that rotten smell?
Ugh.
Oh no, it can't be. You recognize that smell from your old days as a lawman. More dangerous than Jesse James. Meaner than Johnny Ringo. Deadlier than William Money.
Oh no.
More fun at cocktail parties than Rooster Cogburn. It's the legendary Lever Brothers.
Yep, it's us, handsome silver-eared stranger.
And we're here to put you 6 feet under.
Under what?
Your fervent prayer is that your few minutes of target practice with Srini will be sufficient preparation
God.
for odds like this.
Okay. I could outgun the Magnificent Seven. Bring them on. Well, I won at Tiddlywinks the other day. I'll give it my best shot. Let's face it, I'm a wuss. I don't know. We'll just go medium. Like Resident Evil. Get him?
With his
I did!
shooting skills, Freddy was able to blast the Lever brothers to smithereens. Now, with those varmints out of the way, Freddy figured that was the end of the story. That somehow the Lever brothers was responsible for everything that had been going on in town. But Freddy was wrong. The Lever brothers had been hired for the task of getting rid of Freddy by whomever had hired the cowhands, and whomever was in cahoots with Sheriff Shift and PH Balance. And no sooner had Freddy's guns stopped smoking than he heard a familiar twang and a few chords of someone's theme music.
What was that? Could it be? No. What would he be doing way out here in the middle of nowhere? You haven't heard that chord in years, and yet here it is again. Strangely recognizable after all this time. In your heart you know it must be him. And yet... How did he find you? Will he be fooled by your disguise? Does he still eat paste?
Kid, I want you out of town by sundown.
Well, sure, stranger. I'll be riding out of town well before sundown, leaving your sorry carcass for the buzzards to pick apart.
Will not.
Will two.
Not.
Two.
N-E. I refuse to play this juvenile word game with you.
I refuse to play this juvenile word game with you.
What are you doing now? Repeating everything I say?
What are you doing now? Repeating everything I say?
So that's why they call you Kenny the Kid. Because you are nothing but an immature little child, an anal retentive case of arrested development, with an unresolved edible complex and probably
What are you, a
codependent to
therapist?
boot. You were a punk when I faced you back in St. Louis, and you're still a punk. Say your prayers, outlaw.
Say your prayers, outlaw.
Now cut that out.
St. Louis? I didn't know anybody with a silver ear in St. Louis, yet somehow you seem vaguely familiar.
Maybe we'll have time to compare yearbook photos. In hell!
Oh, Divale.
Kenny looks down at you with pure, undisguised malice and disgust.
Well, Mr. Big Shot Gunslinger, looks to me like your bark was worse than your bite. Wait till I tell the boss how easy I whooped your butt, you sorry excuse for a hero. Now die here in the dirt like the puny little pig you are. See you in hell, pal.
No.
And as the blood runs from your body, so do your hopes of saving coarse gold and achieving legendary.
Well, you...
Oh, okay. Oh god, I gotta do so much stuff over again.
It ain't. You encounter, luckily.
Let me at those cattle!
Herd the women. Okay, go to the gazebo.
You take careful aim. You'd
score. Okay, let them die. We'll try the.
That just does.
Alright, save. Alright, let's go. Let's see if we can do that on hard. The other one. Be a real pro gamer over there. Oh god, the cutscene. Oh no, I can't skip it.
Hey, knock off the sound effects already.
Jesus.
What? Oh no. You recognize more.
Okay, come on.
More fun it. It's the
and.
All right, I can outshoot the Magnificent Seven. Let's go. Oh, I get lives. I don't actually know what score I'm supposed to wait for. Oh God. Okay, come on. Oh. Okay, there we go.
With his refurbished shooting skills, Freddy was able to blast the Lever brothers to smithereens. Now, with those varmints out of the way, Freddy figured that was the end of the story. That somehow the Lever brothers was responsible for everything that had been going on in town. But Freddy was wrong. The Lever brothers had been hired for the...
Okay.
What was that? Could it be?
What an angle.
Well, what do you... What? No. St. Louis?
Oh, did I die?
Well, you may have knocked the gun out of my hand, hero. But you couldn't stop me from hitting you anyway. Sorry I got a mite sloppy when I pierced your ear.
Wait, that too?
Looks like you'll bleed to death in a few seconds. Guess now I can tell Penelope that you won't be interfering with her plans anymore.
Wait, what?
Penelope?
What?
What did he say? Your head's swimming, but you're sure he said Penelope. Could it be her? Could she be the cause of all this?
Score.
You weakly pull the neckerchief from around your neck.
Score.
You place your lucky neckerchief on your ear and press on it to staunch the flow of blood. With your last remaining ounce of strength, you pull yourself up and stumble off towards the schoolhouse to see Penelope.
Oh my god, a woman betray me?
Penelope. Penelope the sweet. Penelope, my beloved. Penelope the traitor.
Okay, never trust women.
Freddy dragged his bleeding self over to the schoolhouse. The anger and hurt was just ripping at his gut like a swarm of botflies on roadkill. Only worse, 'cause Freddy, unlike roadkill, was still alive. The schoolhouse door was unlocked for once, and Freddy walked right on in.
Oh.
When Freddy stepped inside, Penelope was standing at the desk, packing in a hurry. She didn't even notice him come in. Gazing at her like that, Freddy saw her for the conniving snake in the grass she really was.
The one, well,
bitter,
there's many
hurt,
attractive women.
Betrayal and rage was too much for Freddy to hold down. It churned around inside of him and finally welled up, bubbling to the surface in a furious storm of outrage.
Hey, Penelope, what gives?
Oh, why, it's you. The silver, handsome-eared stranger.
Handsome silver-eared stranger, you mean?
Oh, right. I thought Kenny had taken care of you.
Ooh.
Are you kidding? He did just the opposite. He hurt me. Just look at my ear.
Why, you poor man. You poor, brave cowboy. You're wounded. Here, allow me to tear a strip off my undergarment.
Uh-oh. Women.
Penelope slowly moved her hands up to her bodice and began to carefully unbutton it, one button at a time, staring straight into Freddy's eyes.
You know, ever since I saw you capture that big, bad gambler at the saloon, I've been thinking about you. Thinking about how I wanted you.
She slowly slipped her hands under the fabric.
Could this be my Penelope? Is it hot in here? Or is it just me? And what's with all this echo?
Thinking about how I needed you.
And before Freddy knew it, Penelope yanked a derringer from her bosom and aimed it at him.
Dead, that is. Drop him, gunslinger. No!
That just doesn't...
How do I drop them? Ah! Oh my god, I shot myself and the game quit. Oh my god, I accidentally shot myself. I assume that's what happened. I'm so happy I saved. Do you want to listen to the prologue again? Okay. Okay, so...
She's
dead, that is. Drop him, gunslinger. No!
So can I actually drop the guns or no?
When I say drop him, I mean drop him.
Oh, she's gonna shoot me. Yep, she shot me.
Well, you gots to admit the feller died trying to defend his town. Now we all had to leave town.
Rest in pieces. Okay, so how do I drop the guns?
Penelope. She's
dead.
Oh, okay.
You resignedly unbuckle your holsters, letting your guns slip to the floor. Penelope appears to relax a little, but her finger is still on the trigger of the derringer. Looks like she might shoot at any moment.
Slate.
You grab the slate and whip it around just in the nick of time. As you bend down to pick up your gun belt, Penelope hurls the derringer straight at your head.
Oh! Okay. Ah, okay.
Before I kill you, Mr. Gunslinging Stranger Hero type, let's just find out who you really are behind that silver ear.
Freddy, you?
How does it stay on?
Yes, it's me.
No. Yes, it is I.
Oh, come on.
Boy, you can take the wicked villainous hoodwinking double-crossing lying slut out of the school teacher, but you can't take the school teacher out of the wicked villainous hoodwinking double-crossing lying slut.
Oh!
Why, Penelope? Why? Why on earth have you done all this?
Oh, I may as well tell you, you little runt. You know too much for me to let you live. Well, all right, here goes. I had just finished my education back in western Pennsylvania at the local Meadville Normal School when I saw a small ad on the school bulletin board seeking teachers for a, quote, lovely little village way out west nestled high in the Sierra Nevada mountains. I wrote a letter of inquiry and was offered the position by the Course Gold Board of Education. They even sent me stagecoach fare. Soon after my arrival, which you saw in the prologue, I believe. Am I boring you? Oh, good. I noticed the oily swamp behind the schoolhouse. Being a good Pennsylvania oil country girl, I grasped immediately that coarse gold was literally oozing money. But I could never afford to buy mineral rights on the meager pittance they pay a single, unwed female teacher, so I made a little arrangement with Mr. Balance. He foreclosed whichever mortgages he could and convinced Sheriff Shift to shut down everyone else. Balance would get the land and buildings for a song and give me the mineral rights I wanted, as long as I gave him what he wanted.
But Penelope, you seem to be such a sweet, innocent young woman. How could you be such a sleazebag?
Well, it had to be me, Freddy, don't you see? It's always the person you least suspect.
Well, I didn't suspect Srini. Couldn't it have been him?
Well, it's a little late for that now.
Wait. I really didn't suspect me.
Well, if it's you, then I'm doing the town a favor by disposing of you, aren't I? Oh, kill me.
Penelope eyes the lantern sitting on the newel post.
Oops! How clumsy of me.
Oh no.
Oh well, Coarse Gold won't be needing a schoolhouse anyway.
Okay, evil women. Okay. Okay, so...
Wait, there were a lot of other people I didn't suspect.
Okay.
You scooch the chair closer and closer to your precious silver ear and just manage to snag it. Scratch.
Oh my god, stop scratching. Okay, so...
It's too late. It's too late to wear that thing. Penelope's already seen.
Oh.
Smart thinking. You frantically give the silver ear a few quick rubs on the stone floor. In a trice, the silver ear gets a sharp edge, ragged and rough, but sharp enough to be dangerous.
Okay, it's sharp now?
You manage to slice into the ropes with the sharpened silver ear.
Justice will be done, madam.
Damn, I knew I shouldn't have wasted my time packing those student folders.
I shall allow you to choose the manner of your demise.
Say what?
Oopsie. Sorry, you took too long to decide.
Penelope grabs one of the swords off the Civil War display above the blackboard.
Okay, hold on. Alright, sword. That's a pretty good finale.
Forget to mention downstairs that Meadville Normal had the nation's first female fencing team. On guard.
Oh god. I can take her hell, she's just a girl. I don't know, that was a pretty excessive half gainer. Oh god, I'm gonna die, give me a break. I'll try it. I can take her. Less. Oh, I died.
Yep, Freddy met his death at the tip of a sword. Too bad, 'cause he'd gotten so close to saving Coarse Gold from falling into Penelope's mercenary clutches. So Penelope went ahead with her little scheme. She bought up the town real cheap and made millions in the oil.
Okay. Maybe we won't. Maybe we won't pick the most difficult one.
Oh, dear. I wonder, did I forget to mention downstairs that Meadville Normal had...
Okay. I don't know. I'm pretty close fat gainer. Okay, I don't.
Yep.
Okay, that was worse
Freddy
this time.
met his death at the tip of a sword.
I do not know.
You resolved.
Am I just supposed to click? Okay, I am just supposed to click. There's no timing involved. Okay. Nope. Nope. Okay, that's wrong. God damn it. Okay, I don't.
Yep.
Okay.
Freddy met his death at the...
I really wish there was a sword fighting minigame before this. Alright. Oh my god. Ah, get her.
Foiled me.
It's not a foil, it's a saber. A foil is straight and has two sharp
Boo.
edges, unless it's the smaller French foil, which is dull and is used chiefly for thrusting. A saber, like this one, is curved and has one sharp edge. As a teacher and a member of the fencing team, you of all people should have known that.
Come on.
Foiled, defeated, and corrected. Now I really feel bad.
And thank God for my high school intramural sports program. Otherwise, I'd be fettuccine Alfredo by now.
Hey, it's you! I recognize you now from the old neighborhood. Freddy something.
Good to see you again, Kenny. I hope I didn't hurt your hand out there in the street.
Here.
No, not my hair, Kenny, but this.
Hurling your sharpened ear like a Chinese throwing star, you whip it at Kenny, catching him right in the throat.
Oh. Oh my god. rest, young man.
Yes, sir. By gum, by cracky. With his one good ear all mangled and grody, Freddy managed to leap from the schoolhouse just seconds before it went up in the biggest conflagration Course Gold had ever seen. The truth came out about Penelope and how she'd been plotting to buy up all the oil rights. There was no earthly way she could have survived the blast. Still, it were curious how they never recovered her body. Sheriff Schiff and
Uh-oh,
PA
she might be
Fallon
back
were run out of
for the
town
sequel.
on a rail. The townsfolk leased the oil rights to some big developers. Soon everybody was rolling in dough, sprucing up the town and revitalizing Course Gold. Me, I eventually found my whittling knife, all gunked up. I don't remember dropping it. Must have had a spell of stupidity or something. And as for Freddy, well, he made himself another couple of silver prosthesii. One to replace the ear that Kenny just shot off, and one to replace the silver ear that ended up fatally lodged in Kenny's neck. But with all the fuss, Freddy was able to keep his gunslinging identity a secret. And it were a good thing, too, 'cause Freddy's adventures was far from over. But that little nipper is another story. Now get off my lap. You're starting to compact my vitals.
The Ballad of the End of the Game of Freddy Pharkas. Is there another song? Oh my god.
Now the whole town still remembers how the old schoolhouse was blown to embers, though Miss Prim's body was never ever found. Since the sheriff and the banker made the folks of Course Gold red with anger, they tarred and feathered and ran 'em out of town. And Serini, he became an ordinary Rexall TP shaman down on the Pecos, where engine hearts still burn. While the townsfolk safe from danger talk about that silver earlobe stranger. Where did he come from, and when will he return? Pharkas, Freddy Pharkas. Black gold fields were his legacy. Freddy Pharkas, Freddy Pharkas. Peerless, earless, and free.
Oh my god. Look at us! Thank you for the headbats! Women. Oh man, okay. So you know what we haven't done in a while? I'm gonna turn this down. We haven't done a ranking of these in forever. Hold on, let me just... I haven't ranked Sierra games in forever. It's been a while, so gotta have to lower that volume. Okay, on my end. Okay, so... Oh god. We gotta remember all the ones that we've played. Okay, so we did So We Want to Be a Hero. That one was... I'm confident. I mean, we played the VGA remake. Is that's the same one?
Freddy, you?
Oh,
Why, Penelope? Why?
Wait.
Why on earth have you done all this?
I suppose I can tell you. You know too much already, so I can...
Cut!
oh.
Women.
Shelley, how many times do we have to do this damn scene?
It's just that I don't understand my motivation for the speech.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, why would Penelope reveal all this to Freddy? Why doesn't she just kill him and get on with it, for crying out loud?
Just do it, all right? I want to get home tonight. Look, I've got people coming in from the coast.
This is about acting, Gil. You wouldn't know anything about that.
Shell, it's just a plot device so that the audience understands what's going on. Otherwise, we leave a lot of unanswered questions.
Oh, can't we just put it in the manual instead, Joshy, sweetie, booby, honey? It's just so dull.
No, they might read it before they finish the game.
Yeah.
Ready to take it again?
All right, fine, I suppose.
And
I wasn't expecting bloopers. Okay. There might be more bloopers. We'll get to them. Okay. We'll do... Wait, is So You Want to Be a Hero the same as Quest for Glory 1? Are those different? Those might be different.
Ow!
Oh my god, there's more credits.
Oh, God.
You hit me again. No. You really hit me.
Cut!
Yes, I'm cut, and I'm bleeding too.
I hope it's serious, you little wimp.
Excuse me, can I say something here? I am gonna sue. This is what happened to Margaret Hamilton, you know.
Where are you bleeding?
My finger.
You'll never pick his ear with that finger again.
Oh, you just shut up, Miss Thing. This is all your fault, you know.
Can you suffer through one more take, Gil?
Oh, sure, Josho, and I'll just bleed to death. But you'll have your game. That's what you want, isn't it? That's what you really want. That's all this is about. You. All right, come on, let's do it. What are we waiting for? Come on, people, let's go. All right, come on, let's do it. What are we waiting for? Come on, people, let's go. We're losing the light.
Gil, use the pain. Directed at Shelley.
All right.
Okay. What are the odds there's another one? Okay. I'm happy to put that in A. Let's see. Quest for Glory 3. God damn it.
Traveler from a land far, far away.
What was wrong with that?
The accent slipped, babe.
Good.
I didn't hear any Italian creeping in. I thought it was pretty good.
Oh my god, they've
You don't like my accent? You call my agent. I can't work under these conditions. I'm going to my trailer.
Antonio, don't walk on the ants.
Ants? Ha! That's what I think of you lousy ants.
What interesting commentary about racial casting by having an Italian man be the
Mike,
Indian man.
get
That's also a
Antonio's
racial
agent on the phone.
stereotype.
Steve, get the rest of the programmers down here. Gil, take 5.
Okay, this time for sure.
Double, stunt double. Hey, I said stunt double. I'm not gonna do this jump myself. I could break my neck. I'm going to my trailer.
Gil, just do it.
Oh, yeah, right. Like that's in my contract. My stunt double is supposed to handle this.
She can't. She quit yesterday.
Oh, really? Why?
People, work with me here. Huh? I'm sensing reluctance. Now, please, just do the jump before we lose the assay set, all right?
Oh, honey, doesn't this scene take place at night?
Well,
Day for
we're
night.
shooting day for night. It's
Yeah.
cheaper. The artists will fix it in post-production.
Oh, I see.
Off the set, Millie!
Oh, but I wanted to watch Gil break his neck.
Get out! He's nervous enough about doing the scene without you watching him. Ready, Gil?
This is ridiculous. I swear, I will sue if something goes wrong. This is what happened to Margaret Hamilton, you know.
Stop.
Just do it. And action!
Ow! Workers' comp! Workers' comp!
Cut!
Oh boy. Alright. We're getting the special thanks. Come on, is there gonna be another one? This adventure game is a work of fiction, is protected by the law under the general handing of parody, which means we can get away with everything we say and did in the game. If not, we'll just fall back on the old, the people and events described here and bear no relation to any real or imagined people and events loophole. A total of 34 animals were injured or maimed in the making of this game. After all, we could accept nothing less than total and complete realism. Okay, it's over. Back to ranking. Which one was Quest for Glory 3? Okay, Trial by Fire was 2. And I'm gonna give that one points off for the Wind game. Which one was 3? Wages at War. That one was... Oh, that one was the... Wait. For Glory 3. Which one were you? Oh, this is the one where we met the... Yeah, this was the Jungle People. This was the Jungle People. This one? Yeah, this one. Okay. Wait, hold on. Is this the one with all of them, or is this the one with all of them? Whatever. That one was pretty good. Honestly, I'm pretty up on a lot of the Quest for Glories. King's Quest 1, I'm gonna put in C. King's Quest 2 was better, but I still wasn't crazy about it. 3 gets into D tier. Perils of Rosella I'm putting in A tier. King's Quest 5, that was a poisonous snake. Did I like 5? I can't remember. I know I liked 6. 6 is up there. I'll put 5 at like high B. King's Quest 7 was a bit too big for its britches. I didn't play into the Dr. Brains, The Lost Secret of the Rainforest. I'm gonna put Freddy up there. That one was fun. Oh my god, this is the good part. Okay, so I'm gonna put Gabriel Knight 1. Gabriel Knight 2 was honestly pretty... I really liked 2. 3 was a little less of a thing, but you know what? It's still gonna go in A tier. Let's see. I haven't played Gold Rush. Don't know what that one is. The Colonel's Bequest. I'm gonna put it a high B. The Dagger of Amun-Ra. I think I'm gonna put at a low A. Leisure Suit Larry and the Land of the Lounge Lizards. Solid experience. Solid experience. Or... Okay, hold on. Yeah, we played all... Yeah, we've played... We've made quite a dent in, I'll put you there. And I'll put you here. You were a trimmed down experience. Looking for love in all the wrong places. This one was fun. I'm gonna give it a high B. Leisure Suit Larry and the pulsating, and Passionate Patty in the Search for Pulsating Pectorals. I want to give it a D because it also pulled some King's Quest 3 stuff. You missed so many Quest for Glories. I do want to replay Quest for Glory we played as a mage, maybe do a thief run or something. Like that could be really fun. Leisure Suit Larry 4. That one was pretty good. I liked that one. And you know what? 6, Shape Up or Slip Out. We'll put up over an A tier. Manhunter, Mixed Up Mother Goose, Phantasmagoria, Police Quest. I do own Police Quest. Ooh, Shadows of Darkness. S tier. Quest for Glory 4. S tier. Shivers. Soft Porn Adventure. Haven't played that yet. Can we play it on stream? There's no images. Okay. Because apparently Leisure Suit Larry 1 is technically an adaptation of Soft Porn Adventure. Fun fact. Oh god, Space Quest 1 was, like, okay? I don't know, I'm putting the, like, early ones that just weren't as fun. Space Quest 2, Volhal's Revenge. I think I'm gonna put that, like, kind of up there. C is just kind of like their old and like first attempts. Okay. Space Quest 3 and the Pirates of Pestulon. God, which one was that one? God, what did you look like? Oh, you were the Rock'em Sock'em Robots one. Right, okay. That one was okay. High C. Oh, right, they just have multiples of the art. So this one is Space Quest 1, but it's old. It's a different art. Okay, Space Quest 4 and the Time Rippers. I'm putting up here. I'm gonna move you down here. You're going up there. You were fun. I think I enjoyed. I'll put you. I have a soft spot for Perils of Rosella. That's why I always put it pretty high, probably higher than most. So part of me just wants to keep it as the high A. And Space Quest 4, The Next Mutation. That one was pretty good too, but I also hated that maze. So maybe I'll put you at the bottom of A because I hated that maze. That maze deserves some points. And Space Quest 6. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. You really did try, but man, that finale was bad. And then we did Willy Beamish. God. Willy Beamish was up there too. That one was good. I'll put Willy Beamish above you. All right, these are my takes. Is that all the ones we played? Black Cauldron we didn't do. Lighthouse we didn't do. We're not doing Leisure Suit Larry 7. Yeah, I guess the big ones that we're missing are Phantasmagoria. That one's a little infamous. Police Quest I own. And we were gonna play the first one with Ren, and then my computer broke. Oh god, I don't know what I'm gonna play after this. Oh, Gold Rush is old and fun, maybe. Fun in quotation marks. Oh, there were all of the games. Oh god, what were they called? Oh man. Shoot. I can't remember which one we played. What adventure game did we play before Leisure Suit Larry? God, they made a bunch of other games, and I was like, these look amazing. Let's play them. Let me go to my schedules. Oh, the Superhero League of Hoboken. Okay, the people that made that also made some other really interesting looking games, so maybe I'll look into those. But either way, I'm gonna save my list. But yeah, I have to figure out what to play next week. We will do that. But let's see. So, how many people? Rama, that's C. Arthur Clarke, isn't it? Wait, Rama? It looks like it. Oh, let me see. Did they do a book adaptation? Okay, hold on. Yeah, Arthur C. Clarke. I can see it. I don't know. Is Mixed Up Mother Goose fun? I don't know. Rate my tastes. I'll post this on Discord. We can roast me, for later. Let's see. Do you have any friends playing? Oh, we can read Benny. Keep things cool. That one was fun. Yeah, I gotta figure out what to do next week. But yeah, so next week, gonna start Resident Evil 4 Remake. Super excited about that. God, what else? Prince of Persia 3 we're starting. And then adventure game for Saturdays. I don't know about anything else. We'll see how I'm feeling. But thank you all so much. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Remember, happy Freddy Farkas Friday.